16, going on 17, I know that I'm naive. Fellows I meet may tell me I'm sweet, and willingly I believe.
In 1964, our in-studio guest was chosen to play the role of Liesl Von Trapp for the film The Sound of Music, which went on to become one of the most beloved films of all time. And in early 2000, she co-authored a book detailing her experiences making the movie and living her life as Liesl. And in 2001, she released her second book entitled Letters to Liesl. Charmian Carr joins us now in studio. Charmian, thank you so much for coming.
You're very welcome.
And this has been a real pleasure. Obviously a fan of the movie, and now my daughters, a whole new generation experiencing The Sound of Music, which has held on from generation to generation. Why do you think?
It's truly amazing. I did a sing-along a couple of years ago, and I was signing my book at intermissions, and I had a little 6-year-old come up to me, and I was signing her book, and she said, well, you know you have blue eyes, and you know you sound like Liesl, but you don't really look like Liesl. And I said, well, it was a long time ago. And this little girl said, no, it wasn't. I just saw it.
Aww.
It doesn't seem to age. These little ones think it's a brand new movie, and they love the music, and they love the story, and they love the scenery. And I think all of those things make it survive.
It does, and really the music, I mean, we just don't have those kind of lyrics and that kind of music in today's films. And also just the purity, and it's still something you enjoy. You don't need to go down a bad route to enjoy a good movie, and it's really nice. And I know you mentioned on your website that the music really is a celebration, and it brings a lot of wholesome part to the movie, and something we'd like to see more of.
Absolutely. Well, music is therapeutic for all of us. Music and dancing and singing, and you know, it's just what life is meant to do, to be happy and to
keep going.
That.
And I think too, just the fact that you said you've had so many emails and letters through the years. I mean, how has that affected you in your own life?
Well, you know, I'm not sure where Charmian ends and Liesl begins, because it's been so many years that I have been both. I had a journalist say to me once, why don't you just change your name to Liesl? It's easier to say than Charmian. So I thought, well, maybe.
And it's a beautiful name. It really is.
Thank you.
One thing that comes to my mind is it's coming back. You know, the Sound of Music sing-alongs, we just bought tickets, we're taking my girls, and the movie, because it was a true story and based on a true story, and it's something that is gonna last through the years, but do you think that we're gonna see this kind of movie, a new movie being created that's like The Sound of Music in the future?
I don't know. Hopefully with all the press on the young actresses, who I won't mention, who are going to change their ways, maybe the studio will realize that, you know, people still do want to see wholesome films. They don't have to see all this violence in films.
And tell us a little bit of the background of how you got picked for the movie. You weren't 16, you were a little bit older.
It was just kind of being in the right place at the right time. My mother had been in the business, and an agent friend of hers called and said, they can't find Liesl. They've started production without her. I know you have 3 daughters, and isn't one over 16, over 18, and looks 16, and can sing and dance and act? And my mother just said, well, Charmian looks young, and she sings and dances. And I went on the interview, and that was that. There was no one else there because they'd started production. And so I wasn't nervous. So it just was something.
You probably didn't know it was going to be as big as it is, did you, at the time?
Of course not.
No.
No. I didn't know who Julie Andrews was or who Christopher Plummer was, and I had wanted to travel to Europe, and we were going to Salzburg, and I thought, well, this is just the best thing.
And it really was. I know that you talk a lot about your experiences in several books that you can order on your website. And you go through all of your experiences and the characters, and you're still friends with many of the characters in the movie today. And of course, I also read that you have certain books that you can't buy in the bookstores anymore, but they can still get them through you on your website.
Yes.
And we have your website. We've had it up on the screen, so if anyone's interested, they can contact you through your website. And we wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much for coming on our show, Charmian.
You're very welcome. My pleasure.